Hansel and Gretel, the gingerbread house. Once upon a time, on the edge of a great dark forest, lived the poor woodcutter, his wife, and his 2 small children. Hansel and Gretel. Times were very hard, and there was often nothing left to eat. One night, the woodcutter's wife, who was the children's stepmother, convinced him to abandon the children in the deepest part of the forest so they wouldn't all starve. Hansel overheard the terrible plan the next morning as they were being led deep into the trees. Hansel secretly dropped a trail of little white pebbles he had gathered. When they were left alone, the children simply followed the shining pebbles back home, much to the stepmother's annoyance. A few days later, the stepmother convinced the father to try again. This time, they locked the children in overnight, so Hansel could not gather pebbles. The next morning, Hansel only had a piece of bread, which he crumbled and dropped as a trail of breadcrumbs behind them. But when they were left alone, they found the birds had eaten every single crumb. Hansel and Gretel were truly lost in the vast, dark forest. They walked for 2 days, growing weak and hungry. Just as they were about to give up, they saw the most amazing sight. A little house built entirely of gingerbread, covered with cakes, and decorated with sugary windows. Hungry and amazed, they rushed forward and began to eat the delicious roof. Suddenly, a voice croaked from inside, "Nibble, nibble, like a mouse. Who is nibbling at my house?" The door opened, and a very old woman came out. She seemed kind, and she invited them inside, offering them a huge feast of milk, pancakes, and nuts. Hansel and Gretel thought they had found a safe haven. But the old woman was not kind at all. She was a wicked witch who had built the gingerbread house to lure in lost children whom she planned to cook and eat. The next morning, the witch locked Hansel in a small cage and made Gretel her servant, forcing her to do hard labor. The witch planned to fatten Hansel up before eating him. Every day, the witch would tell Hansel to stick his finger out of the bars so she could feel how fat he was getting. But Hansel, who was clever, always tricked the witch by sticking out a small chicken bone instead. Since the witch had very poor eyesight, she thought Hansel was still too thin. Finally, the impatient witch declared, "Fat or thin, I'm tired of waiting. We will cook him tomorrow." The next day, the witch ordered Gretel to climb into the large baking oven to check if it was hot enough. Gretel knew this was a trick. The witch meant to push her in and bake her first. Gretel said, "I don't know how to look. I don't understand how to get in." The angry witch rolled her eyes and showed her, clumsily bending over to peer inside the oven. That was all Gretel needed. With a powerful shove, Gretel pushed the wicked witch into the burning hot oven. She quickly slammed the iron door shut and bolted it. Gretel rushed to free Hansel from the cage. They found a large chest filled with the witch's treasure, pearls and jewels. They filled their pockets and clothes with as much as they could carry. They then easily found their way back to their home and ran into the arms of their loving father, who had regretted his actions every day. They were gone. The stepmother had since died or left. Thanks to the witch's treasure, they never had to worry about being poor or hungry again, and they lived together happily and safely ever after.